everybody, and welcome to our second festival show and our second show of the day. I know we have been partying all day. We may have had too much hunky-dory punch at the festival.
Who knows?
And we've not managed to get Natalie off the stage. She's still here.
No, I've been singing ABBA for the last however many hours I have been here. I'm having the best time and I refuse to leave this room.
Oh, no. I mean, you have just had a little refreshment.
Oh yes.
You just topped up, so you're good to go.
I had some pasta from that shack over there. I would recommend it.
Yeah, it's good.
Quite nice.
We need a sign, don't we?
The guy is dishy as well.
Stop it. See, this is what it's done to us, an extra show. We're all out of our routine. We've gone a bit crazy. But yes, we're here and we're enjoying the festival so far. I hope you guys watching are too. But before we get into it, let's just recap. If you wasn't here this morning at 10 a.m. And you're tuning in for the first time, this is our first ever Hunky-Dory Fest.
Woo!
And I know, and we've got so much going on. We've got new launches throughout the festival. We've got a free gift, which is this absolutely fabulous Hunky-Dory Fest wristband here, which, you know, modelled by myself and Natalie. I think we've all got one on.
We have.
You don't have to do anything. You just need to place an order during the festival week and we'll add one into your parcel. We've got that. We have got extra discounts that will be added throughout the festival, and of course we've got extra shows, which I think is the best bit, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I know, so good. So before we get into it, let's just run this week's Win It Weekly. So this week, you may have guessed on Monday that we're doing something a little bit different, but we are giving away a festival bundle. As I've got these fancy glasses on, I can't tell you what's in the festival bundle.
It contains your Ink Me Bunting, your Moonstone die set, a little book of musical instruments, and the Colour Party Mirror pack.
Nice.
There you go.
I mean, who wouldn't want to win that? And we will announce the lucky winners tomorrow on the show. So all you have to do is like, share and comment your answer to the following question. What item did everyone get for free at the first ever Glastonbury Festival? Was it A, an apple, was it B, an egg, or was it C, milk? I don't know. Do you know this is my first ever festival?
Really?
I have never been to a festival.
I've not been to one in a very long time. I think I've been to, I want to say 3, but I can't really remember. My favourite one was one that I went to just outside of Barcelona.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Music in the night till like the very early hours in the morning. Then sleeping in the tents, but then you'd wake up at the crack of dawn because it was like light outside anyway. But then you just sleep all the rest of the day at the beach. So good.
Oh yeah, I mean I could do that.
So good.
This morning when you was on, I was looking through the comments and I noticed one of the comments said, this festival is by far so much better than walking through the mud.
Absolutely. There's no mud here.
No.
You know, it's not smelly.
It's not yet. Maybe next week.
The drinks cost is really down. I mean, you've just got to put the kettle on.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
So let's get into it and let's roll our opening act. So our first opening act of today are these amazing flower gemstones. How pretty are these? They are buy one get one free. £3.99 for both of these. You can get 2 silver or 2 gold, or you can mix and match. But each pack contains 768 gemstones. So you're going to get like 1,400 and something. And they fit the festival theme perfectly. I mean, you could make little bracelets out of these.
You could.
Absolutely anything. So these are buy one get one free, and this will be on throughout the festival. So our offers will end on next Wednesday at midnight, which I think is the 5th. So that's our first opening act, but let's have a look at our support act. Which is a very nice hand-picked selection of festival mirror. These beautiful colours are hand-picked by our very own Natalie.
I did go out in the warehouse and pick them.
You had a little rummage yesterday. So we've got a 40 sheet pack here. So it should be £19.99, but you can grab this for £9.99 during festival week. We've got 10 colours and you're going to get 4 of each colour. So you can see beautiful colours in here. And I know we're calling it Festival Miri, but you know, this will work with all sorts of...
I think it's just like a great collection of Miri for like this time of year. It's very vibrant, it's very fun.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's going to work perfectly for any of your like crafting that you'll be doing at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And who doesn't need Miri in their stash? So that's our first 2 smaller launches of the day, but let's just recap today's headliner. So today's main event, if you didn't see this morning, it's our Deco Delights collection, which you can see here. This is the headliner. Look at all that, amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing. The designs are perfect, the colours are perfect. It's so fancy. I absolutely love it.
I know, and we all like the Art Deco theme, don't we?
We do.
And all those fancy ladies there. So the bundle, of course, we always give you an ultimate bundle that saves £10, so you can get that for £29.97. But make sure you sign into your account and get that extra little bit of discount off as well. So that's what we showed this morning. You can go over to the website, you can log on and you can shop our Deco Delights and our opening and support acts. Everything is there for you. But we thought we needed a little bit more today, and we needed, you know, to fill up our extra show. So what else can we do? So we thought some Premier Craft Tool deals is what we're going to do. Essentials that you need, essentials to keep you crafting throughout our festival.
And new products as well.
So these Premier Craft Tools, they'll never have been, maybe on the launch week, but so far we have never done them at a discount.
Never done them at a deal like this.
No, they've always been at their full price because we've only launched them this year, really.
Yeah, look, some of them like a few months ago.
Yeah, I know. It's
madness.
Crazy. So our large glass cutting and media mat. So usually £24.99. You can save a £5 and grab this for £9.99. So it's a large A3 size. It's got all the details on there. It's got handy card sizes. It's got guidelines on there, and it's even got a handy little mixing thing here that you can just put your inks in there. You can get creative in that little corner. We've left that space for you.
You've got all of the card sizes as well underneath, which is great for if you're wanting to make certain size cards from just regular adorable scoreable, because you'll know that they're all on there and they're going to match up with like any envelope sizes that we sell here as well. You've got all the really handy grids. I love the fact that the lines are a little bit darker on all of the inches. Yeah. So if we're like lining stuff up, it's really helpful for that. I think if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of space, or you don't have the ability to get lots of different mats for your spaces, then your glass mat's perfect, because you can obviously use your inks on here and it wipes really nicely, but you can use your screw hole punch and your knife for if you're doing any fussy cutting. That's going to work on here. So it's kind of like an all-in-one surface for crafting. Yeah. Instead of having all your different mats, everything can be done on here.
Yeah, and we've kept that in the studio.
We have, and it is doing really well. Like it's keeping nice and tidy with a little help from our glue eraser. But yeah, it's really great. I think the fact that it's A3 as well is nice, because of course you've got a lot more space to be able to work on. It's different from others in the market because ours, and if I just budget, sorry Jess, ours on this side here at the corner, it goes up from 0 to 30, and it goes across from 0 to 30, so that when you have like pieces of paper here, you know exactly what sizes they are. It's really easy to do. So there's not many mats on the market that actually have like that sort of start point where it goes outwards in that way. Then you've also got at the top your sort of like center markings, which I find really, really helpful if I'm wanting to place anything in like a certain area of a card that I'm creating. So that goes outwards from there. And you've just got all your really handy templates. So, you know, if you've got like spare pieces of paper or anything, then you can just like lie them on and see what sizes they fit. And that can help sometimes with your card making as well.
Nice.
So there you go.
Thank you, Nat.
You're welcome.
She's got too much knowledge, hasn't she? That's why she's here. Next up is our heat tool. So you'll have seen us using this so many times here in the studio. $29.99 usually, but you can grab this for $19.99, which saves over 30%. So there's 2 speed settings, perfect for embossing. Even if you'd have seen us yesterday setting up the studio,
Yeah.
we needed a little bit of touching up on the walls, just, you know, make sure it's all looking great.
Yeah.
Painted it, got the heat tool out. It's multifunctional. It's everything
we dried
you
that
need.
paint super quick. We didn't have long.
No, we
needed
didn't.
to get this done.
Yeah.
So we grabbed the heat tool and dried the paint a little bit quicker.
So that's the heat tool there for you. We've also got our crafty brayer here. So £9.99, but this is just $5.99. This is just perfect for applying all sorts of glues and inks and paints over large surfaces. Just a handy tool to have. And for $5.99, that's just a really easy price just to pop it in your basket. And then last one for this section is our blender rinsing pad. So you're going to get 2 in here.
£2.99.
I know.
That's such a good deal. I don't feel like I paid attention to the other prices, but that is incredible.
Yeah, and like you said, you get 2 in there. So that's our first section of Premier Craft Deals. But Nat, what are you crafting for us?
Well, I was going to show you how you can use a mix of all of these different pieces. So we're going to use some of the items we had on earlier on the show. So I'm going to bring in my master, my stamp again. And I'm going to start with some inks. So we're going to create a background for this. So I'm just going to go straight onto my glass mat with my spearmint ink pad, and I'm just going to add that all over sort of this surface area here. And then I'm going to get, if I have one, hopefully. You always have to check the bottles in here.
Why?
Because Dan used these bottles.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Trade secret. Dan used these bottles during that time of our lives that no one ever wants to talk about. So you have to check whether they've got hand sanitizer in them or not. That one has hand sanitizer in. So I'm going to spritz this on here, and then I'm going to spritz my cardstock as well, just to keep that nice and dry. And then we're going to go in and I'm going to pick up this. Now, do you have the crafty brayer, Kelly?
Yes.
Because this is where your brayer is going to come in super, super handy. So any surfaces where you want to make sure you're getting that sort of full coverage, especially when you're doing like smooshy backgrounds like this, it's always essential to make sure you've got as much sort of ink down on there. So if you go over with your brayer, that is going to even out sort of like the lines and things that you've got on this design. So I'm just going to go back in, maybe just spritz that a little bit, and just pick up a bit more of my ink on these sides. Now you can see that this cardstock, this is our watercolour cardstock, it's great for doing this because you have all of that sort of like, it's built for watercolour. It's going to sort of bring it out. I'm going to go back in with my heat gun now and we'll dry all of this off, and then let's just clean up this mess at the same time. So you can just go in with a baby wipe and then get all of that sort of residue off there. I didn't have much left actually. And then because we're going to use it for like making this card as well, I'm just going to go back over with like a microfiber cloth just to dry those edges. Now let's focus on this. So we've got sort of like a crazy background starting hour here now. So I'm just going to make sure for the next step of our card making that this is fully dry.
A comment on YouTube by Gemma has said she's timed her annual leave right while we've got double shows on.
Absolutely. You're gonna have the best time.
If you are new to watching, because I guess a different time might mean different people are available, let us know, say hello in the comments.
So we've got that sort of background ready to go there. I think what I want to do is just add a little bit more, if I can, to certain areas. So I'm just going to repeat that process again. But you can do this as many times or as less as you want as well. I'm just going to go in and just add a bit more, because this is going to make those darker areas, those like certain areas a little bit darker, going to add a little bit of colour to places where you don't necessarily have it as well. So let's just dry that off one more time. I'll clean up my mess at the same time. And then we've created that smooshy background effect here. Mine's got a few sort of like detail, more sort of like darker detail lines in as well. So the next stage is we're going to take our teal ink, and I'm going to bring in my mask that Stacey designed. And you're also going to want some tape as well, just to mask off some of the edges. Let me find my blending tool.
Did you say this morning the mask, or was it the stamp sold out on?
The stamp sold out.
Wow.
On Hobby Maker in the first show, so I sneakily put it into the trolley this morning.
Oh, did you?
So that if it does sell out, then the winner of the trolley is going to get that. So I'm just using one section of the mask, and it's the section that Becca sort of used in one of her cards on Hobby Maker. And I'm going to place this across here. We're going to go sort of like 3/4 of the way up on my card. Now what I want to do is I want to make sure that this is straight. So if I just use the lines on my glass mat, I can then take my blending sponge, again just straighten those lines up, and I'm going to go through this area with my darkest colour. And then what you can do is if you move the cardstock over, you can line this up to create a really cool scalloped effect. So I'm going to do this for a few rows down my card, like so, just to create like a border really. So I'm just lining that up with the edges. You'll see how it fits in. You can kind of place the designs a little bit closer onto your image, and then it will give you this gorgeous scallop design, which we're kind of getting across here.
Oh, that's lovely.
I don't know whether I should do the whole of the card or whether I should just do this little bit.
Oh, I don't know.
I know, I like this little bit. What I do want to do though is, if I'm just going to do that little bit, I'm going to be really pedantic and just go in on that edge there and on this bit here.
Like the tiniest little
The tiniest little bit, but I can see it. And just fill in those little gaps there, so you've got that nice sort of detail running across your card. Now we need to obviously stamp our image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this another good blast. Because our inks are water-based, because I am crazy to do this next step, but because our inks are water-based, they obviously need some drying time. So if you're wanting to do like heat embossing straight away, then just go over where you've inked and really make sure that surface is dry. And then I'm just going to take this so it doesn't move. And we're sort of re-flattening out that design. And then what I'm going to do is, I feel like I need something to just break this design off. And what we do have in here on this incredible border is another element. So if I just remove my tape and place them back on over this other section, then what I can do is I can just line this piece up now and go through on here on the top and the bottom, because I just feel like it needs something to sort of make that border more obvious.
Yeah, it like gives it a nice finish.
Yeah. So let's do that on that edge. That's better. I'm not going to do it on the top though. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Sort of going off the top, it breaks it up. Because I've just added ink as well, I am going to have to just go over on this bit, otherwise I'm going to be cursing myself when we do the next step of this card. So of course we have those gorgeous lovely ladies, and an Art Deco card would not be finished without a bit of glitz and glamour.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're going to heat emboss over this, which I know a lot of people are probably thinking she's crazy, I'm also thinking that I'm crazy myself too. Jess, do you have an anti-static bag anywhere? There isn't one in here. I don't think I've got one in that section there. She'll go find me one.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my lovely lady.
Oh, she's got one. Bex has got one.
Bex has always got one. I'm going to take my lovely lady and I'm going to get her ready on this acrylic block. Now, this is another reason why your brayers are a fantastic product to have in your stash as well. So I'm really adding loads of this sort of powder onto the back of here because I've wet it and I don't want any ink going where it doesn't need to go. So now I've got that done, let me get my Versamark out of here. Got my lady ready to go. Some people will have stamping presses, some people won't have stamping presses. Now if you don't have a stamping press, when you're doing things like this, you might find that your image isn't stamping enough or there's bits where it's missed out. You can sort of solve that issue with your brayer. So I'm going to pick this up now and I place this over here. I mean, she says this and it's probably not going to work. And then I'm going to go over, keeping my hand in place, but I'm then going to go over the design with my brayer to make sure I've got that even pressure. So all of those areas of my stamp have now been stamped with this design. So once I've got that done, then I can go in and add my powder. So let's hope and pray that this has worked.
I think it will.
I'm going to go in with my powder. I'm going to shake it around a bit. And then I just need a little bit of cardstock just to create a little tunnel where I can add this. So it has missed out quite a bit in that middle section. Let's see if that's been me or whether that has been the stamp. No, that has been the stamp. So next challenge is how do we fix this? Because this happens all the time when we're inking and heat embossing, where you've got an image and it's not done it properly. So let's show you
how you
can solve this problem. Because it happens to me all the time. So I'm just going to wipe all of this away with my finger now. And I'm going to bring in I've got my microfiber cloth and I'm going to put this back in here. I love the fact when it doesn't work sometimes, because it means that you can show this sort of like next step for if this happens to you. So yeah. Now I've got my glue eraser and I'm going to use it on top of my image like this, because what you can do is you can just stamp over it, but it will still have that ink and the stickiness of the ink over the design. So go over with your glue eraser, that's going to pick up any sort of stickiness that's still there, and then go back in with your anti-static bag. And this time...
I didn't know you could do that.
Well, these are all the tips and tricks that you need to know, Kelly. This time I'm actually going to go in with a coloured Versafine. Now Versafine and Versamark are like a water-based ink pad, so they actually stay like wet and sticky for a little bit longer than your other ones. So what you can do is you can stamp in your Versafine and then you can use your embossing powders on top of them, and this can help as well when you've got detailed designs and you're not, because when you use Versamark you can't see it, so you can't see what's stamped and what's not. So this can sometimes save the day as well. So let me go back in, making sure I've got loads of this covered on there. And let's hope this works. I have done this a few times, so I'm hoping that I can share my little trick for that mistake with you.
There's no mistakes in this room.
There's no mistakes in crafting. You can always find a way out of it. Just want to make sure I'm definitely getting all of that stamped on there. She's missed out a little bit, but because I've got that ink to follow, bear with my head because it will be in the way. I can line that up.
Other people didn't realise you could rub it out either.
And, well, this is the thing, you just throw pieces away because you think, oh, I've ruined that, but actually you haven't. So I've gone in with that. Let's go back over with my inks. It's a little bit missed out. I should have maybe put a bit more ink on there. But now, when we run, oh, I knew that was going to happen. If we run that across there, we can go back in on this section as well. We'll tap all of that off there, and then obviously if you've got any areas where you've got any excess, I always just like to just blow those bits away because they will come off, or you can go around with like a little dauber and sort of remove those bits away as well. So there you have now got your image ready to go, and I think before we do our sentiment, let's just give that a blast. So a little sneaky tip there for if you struggle with your heat embossing, how we can fix it, and the fact that if you're not too confident in using Versamark because you can't see where you're stamping, then use a VersaFine because you will be able to still get that result, and it will capture the powder as well. So I've got my image on there now of that lovely lady ready to go, and then I'm just going to add my sentiment. So I was going to do it with my embossing ink, but I think I'm going to do it in my teal now, and I'm going to do the cheers to you. So let's grab that, and I can always use some of our fantastic mirri that we've got on the show to add around the outside. So let's pop that on there. I think I'm making a right mess in this show. Got stuff everywhere. I'm going to trim it down ever so slightly so that I can add that little lip of gold mirri just to match my embossing.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
So let's do that. I'll grab my mirri and we'll trim that down to 5x7, and then I'm just going to pop this onto, I think I'm going to use a 10th fold card because I do love a 10th fold card for bits and pieces like this.
Well, it's very fitting,
Sure.
a 10th fold card.
I'm going to go, should I do the 6x8? Is it a little bit too big? I think it looks quite nice. Let's do that. I'll tidy up afterwards because I'm making a right mess here. I'm going to go in with my tape runner. I'm going to go over our watercolour card. You want to make sure you're doing all those edges because remember, you've heat embossed this, you've added your inks onto here. So you want to make sure that it is nice and clear.
And Pam on Facebook has put, wow, would have binned it and had a tantrum.
Yeah, this happens all the time, but this is where we've learned that it's okay, we can save it.
But you don't see them from 11:30 till 5 in the office.
I was close to, oh, no, it's not worked, but and I do like sometimes when it doesn't work when we're live because I get the opportunity to show you then what I do to fix it and how you can fix your sort of like crafty problems with crafty solutions. So hopefully now get that anti-static band, get yourself a glue eraser if you haven't got one because it works and I've just proven that. So let's pop this onto our, I was going to go 5x7 because this is now 5x7, but it did look very classy on this bit. Do you know what else would look classy? Mm-hmm. Those rose gems across like this little border here.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, there you go. A different way in how you can use those stamps.
Oh, it looks lovely. Nice little fancy gold lady there.
Remove this. There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So that is demo 1 of our afternoon show. We've got some more Premier Craft Tool deals to show you, so let's get straight into it. First up is our purple glittery crafty toolbox. Look at this. Oh, we filled it just with our essentials that we use in here, but you can see just how much you can fit in these little storage compartments here. We've got tape, we've got ink pads, gemstone rolls in there. Oh, we've even got one of our tape runners, glues, so much that you can fit in here, and we've given you 28% off, so it should be £17.99, but it is now £12.99, which I'm pretty sure is the cheapest that we've ever done this.
I think that's the cheapest we have ever done that.
I know.
I don't think we've ever done our normal one at that price.
I know.
That's a really good deal.
So perfect, full of glitter as well, which is it just looks really nice. It will brighten up your craft room perfectly. So that's just £12.99 until next Wednesday. We've also got our desktop tool organizer. So this will save over 30%, and it's just £5.99. So you can pop your pens in here, scissors, craft knife, brushes. You can have one just for craft markers. You could have one just for scissors. It's such a super handy tool to have on your desk, especially if you like just keeping everything organized, or you like to have like easy reachable tools, then that's perfect. So £5.99 for that. We've also got our crafty burnishing tool. Again, another newish tool here. We only launched that this year. So usually $3.99, we've given you £1 off that, and that's £2.99.
£2.99.
I know, we're liking these $2.99
These
deals.
are great deals, people.
Smoothing out herbables, great for applying some even pressure with that. Again, you can also store that in your desktop organizer.
It does, it's going to go in there.
It's going to fit perfectly in there. And then I think a firm favourite of everyone here in the office, it's our paper crimper.
Oh, I love the crimper.
Everybody loves the crimper. £6.99, that saves 30%. So if you've not seen any of our, are you going to use this?
I am going to use it next.
Okay, well that's perfect then, because it's just it's such an easy tool for a really quick, effective look. You can do all sorts with it. You can just put it through once, you can put it through twice, you can make diagonal lines.
Yeah.
All sorts. So £6.99 for that. And then now you've got no rest at this festival. We're coming straight back to you.
We're coming straight back to me. So I am going to use that paper crimper. I might need to borrow yours. Oh no, do we have one?
Oh, it's down there.
It's where?
Here.
Oh, sorry, I can't see it. It's at the wrong side. Apologies.
It's okay.
Right, let's get started then. So I'm going to use this time from this morning our gorgeous Deco Delight paper. It's so nice. I really, really love this. And I'm going to take this paper, I think. Let's see, because I do like other designs in here. Oh, that's cool. I like that one. There's just so much going on. It's hard to choose.
Oh,
it's
I
really
guess
hard
who's
to
just
choose.
tuned in?
Who's tuned
It's
in?
our other festival lady who's our hobby maker today.
Anne-Marie's watching.
Anne-Marie, hello, good afternoon.
She'll be having so much fun at Hobby Maker.
I know, we had tuned in before and we're loving everybody's outfits.
Yes.
Loving them.
They were absolutely incredible, weren't they? Right, so for this one, what we're going to do is we are going to make a card. I'm going to focus on this design, I think, and we're going to bring in our ladies as well. So let's get some of our other accompanying items, shall we? I've got some of that fantastic acetate. I love this design as well. This acetate is awesome. And we're going to create a really cool card with this. So I'm going to do like a style that is quite similar to how Becca did hers this morning, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. So I'm going to start off with my cardstock, and I'm going to create a central piece for this card. So I want that to be, let's do that at 5, and then I want 2 panels. I'm going to do a little step between them. So if I take that to 6, I'm going to start off with 5. I'm going to have 2 half panels at the end, so that needs to be at 6, and then I'm going to take it to 1.5 on each end, so that's 9. So how much am I left with then? No, let's keep it like that. I'm going to do 9, and I'm going to do this bit by 7. So it will fold into a 5 by 7. So this is my card blank, and then if I can remember all of what I've just said out loud that didn't make sense to anyone, this is what happens when you're crafting on the go. We are going to do 1.5 on the edge.
Oh, do you know what I just thought?
I'm going to do a 1/2 inch.
I didn't get to see how the relay card.
It was really good actually. It looked really good when it was finished.
Who finished it?
Kat.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. It went to Anne-Marie, me, Kat, Anne-Marie again, then Kat again.
Oh, cool.
But it did look really, really good. So I'm going to just add, I should have done them on the other side as well. This is what happens, crafting it too. Forgotten how to craft. That now is going to be 5 inches in the middle. You've got 2.5 inches, 2 1/2 inches next to that, and then 2 panels that are 1.5 inches. So you want to cut it to 7 by 9, and then we're going to score it at 1.5, at 2, at 7, and 7.5. So that is going to give us this sort of style of card. And then I'm going to mountain and valley fold. So these edges are like at the back of my card. So let's do that again. And I'm going to create this panel. Now I have no idea where this card is going to go, so it could turn into something completely different from what I first said it was going to be. And I do feel like that is probably what's going to happen with this card. So I'm going to repeat this process. I'm going to do this exactly the same again. So let me get some mirri. I like using mirri because it's a base. You've already got your mats and layers and you're sorted. So we'll repeat that. We'll do it properly this time. So it was at 9 by 7. And I scored this then at, let's do it on the back so it's easier, 1.5 and 2, and then 7 and 7.5. And again, I'm going to mountain and valley fold them, but I'm going to do it the other way around. And I think because I'm doing this, I might actually bring in some of my toppers as well. So let's just get that ready to go. And this now is going to be a little diorama card.
Oh, fancy.
I know. It wasn't supposed to be that, but this is what happens when you're crafting. So let's get my toppers out that go with this set, because they are stunningly beautiful. And I do still want to use this pink image. I'm going to go with this one, I think. This one's going to work. So I'm going to take this out. And I'm going to take out Treat Yourself, Happy Birthday, which is the sentiment. There's also especially for you, which you can use, but let's start sort of matting and layering this. We only want to do it on this top panel here for the start of this card. So I'm going to take this sheet of cardstock now, and I'm going to cut that down to just 1/4 shorter than 5 by 7. And then I'm going to create a panel which is 1/4 shorter than 1.5. And I'm going to repeat that again with this piece. So I've got the front of my card out of one of these sheets here. And you could of course mix and match your designs if you wanted to bring in other papers from this paper pad like the purples. But for this we're just going to use this section. And then I'm going to use the purple for the inside of my card. So I'm going to do that just 1/4 shorter than 5 by 7, and I am going to do it purple this time. So we're keeping in that detail, and we've got that corner piece to work with as well. And while we're at it, I'm going to cut this piece down to, what size would it need to be? Let's measure. It would need to be 8. I thought that was correct, but I wasn't sure. And we are going to do it the whole way, because that means it's just going to hold really nicely and add that little bit of extra strength to your card too. So let's make this card now, shall we? I'm going to start off with the front of my card because we are going to do some fussy cutting. And like I said, you can do that fussy cutting on our fantastic mat. So I would definitely be getting 2 of these paper pads, because if you're like me and you love the colours that we have on here, you are just going to need to have more options for this. So I'll get my other panels ready to go, but before we stick those down, I am going to crimp them, and you'll notice that I haven't cut them down yet, because you need to, once you've crimped it, you need to make sure, obviously this is going to shorten my paper, so I wanted to make sure I had enough size to put this back on. So just crimping this is going to add that extra touch to our card, and you could do it the purple way round as well, because I do have the purple design on here. Let's see what this one looks like when we've done this one, because that would look quite cool actually. So I'll just pop this on, and I like to use my crimper both ways, so I'll go through and then I'll go back over just to make sure all of that paper has got as much detail on there as possible. So that is going to go on here, I think. And I am going to do, it that way round, and I'm going to do it this way round. So I've kind of got those corner pieces. So now it's crimped, we're going to cut it down to size, so we know that it is going to sit really nicely where it needs to go. So I'll just pop this into here. Jess, I know we're at a festival, but could we put the aircon on? It's a little warm over here. And I'm going to use my tape runner on my actual mirror this time, because again, we've got that gorgeous crimp detail, and I don't want to sort of flatten any of that out by adding my tape to my actual piece. I want to pop it on here, so we can just go directly onto our mirror and add that in. So this is the front of our card.
This is looking lovely.
It's doing good, because it definitely wasn't going to look like this when I started. So this is the fun of crafting. Crafting on the go, you can just do whatever you like.
Are you at the festival tomorrow?
I'm not at the festival tomorrow. I can't do 2 days of a festival, Kelly. I need a rest.
Yeah.
I'm not at the festival tomorrow, but I am back on Monday.
Oh, you win.
I am. I have taken that nice.
Yeah, she took one for the team.
I've taken one for the team. That's all we're going to say.
And how Jess has coped with that is she's going on holiday for the week.
Yeah, Jess thought, absolutely not. I am not staying here. I am gone. So I'm going to go in with my pencil and just mark around the edge of this design here, because we are going to fussy cut this out to create our diorama. So let's pop that in there. And then I'm hoping, I've just got one. I've got two. They were just hidden. 2 craft knives. So let me go around here. And I always like to go just slightly over the edge of my cut marks, because then I know it's going to sit really nicely. Instead of going too close and then it being a bit where you stick it down and then you've got to recut your design. If you cut it ever so slightly over, because we are going to sort of put this card together, there won't be a problem with this here.
Shelley, how did you guess? Just put Dan is back.
Dan is back. I've only got him for one of the shows though.
Pardon?
So I'm quite lucky there. I've only got him for one of the shows.
Yeah.
Because he is on both of them.
He is.
But he is excited.
Oh yeah.
He was telling me all about his outfit.
Oh,
because you know you've got to plan an outfit when you go to a festival.
Yeah.
He's telling me all about it before. I cannot wait.
If you think we are dressed nice, you just wait.
You just wait. I think this is the only reason why I wanted to do this festival.
Yeah.
So you could dress up. So gonna pop my foam pads around this outside edge here. And then I can cut this off. This is then going to go over that aperture that we created. So I'll pop this in place And you will be able to see that this fits absolutely fabulously because we left enough space. So then let me build the rest of this card up. So I'm going to take my outer piece, and because I've done that purple, I don't know whether I should do purple inside. Oh no, yes, purple inside is going to look amazing. So let's trim. Let's tape this up, place this inside. I nearly forgot to do this step then. Place this inside, and then we're going to go in with our acetate. So you can use your red liner tape here if you want to. I'm going to use my tape runner just so we can get this card sped up, put together, because I want to be able to do another demo in this show with our other fantastic items.
Oh, the acetate's beautiful.
Oh, it's absolutely, this is I love Art Deco fans, and as you can tell, they've been in 2 of my demos already. I love this though. It's just magnificent. I'm going to go back over, of course, with our tape runner on both of those sides. And then we can stick our front sort of top back on here. Oh, it's just perfect. I love the effect that card has given me as well, like ribbling or crimping that card. I wonder how long it would take you to crimp your hair with the crimper. It probably wouldn't work, would it?
I don't know. Possibly not.
Let's not challenge someone to do that. Not this week. So let's pop that on there. I'm going to go in with my foam pads. There. And I'm going to pop my design out. Now I'm not going to use my middle frame because I want you to be able to see more of that gorgeous acetate. So I'm going to use my super chunky 4 mils. Kelly, I need to tell you because someone else needs to know.
Yes?
We've asked Adam for these foam pads in strips.
Oh, okay. That'd be handy.
I know, right?
And
It's super good.
did he say yes?
He said he would get back to us. So they're coming. But my thing is, if I tell more people, they might come quicker. So the more people I tell about this, it might make him speed up the process of ordering those. Oh no. So I have just taken another foam pad here. I've just folded it over so it's, because obviously my squares aren't going to be the right size for that. That is going to go on there. And then we have a gorgeous card with that gorgeous ribbling.
Oh, it's lovely.
Beautiful acetate, paper pad, mirror, topper.
I know, you've gone all out.
Got it all in there.
Oh, fancy. Just how you expect Art Deco to look.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
More is more with Art Deco.
So if you loved Natalie's demo there, and that paper pad is absolutely amazing. It's our 8x8 inch paper pad, so you can grab it in the bundle, which is $29.97, and you can see it here just in the middle there. So you'll get all the toppers, you'll get the luxury card inserts, and that beautiful paper pad, which is filled with so much artwork there as well, patterns and beautiful things. But it's also on the website to buy by itself, so if you wanted, like Natalie said, it's one of those pads that you might want to stock up on, so you can pop that into your basket by itself as well. I think it's £11.99, does that sound right? Or is it £9.99? $11.99, yep. So that's there on the website too. So that's our headlining products for today. But we've still got some more Premier Craft Tools to show you, including our best ever price on the super size guillotine.
No way.
So we've never done this before for £29.99. Should be £50. That's going to save you over 40. Well, yeah, saves 40%. Super handy. We use this all the time, and it's a large format, so it's 12 inch by 12 inch cutting bed. It's got your centimetres and your inch markings on there, so amazing to have in your stash. It's pretty big. It's nearly bigger than me, that. So that's £29.99, and then we thought what we should definitely have is some of our banner punches.
Definitely.
Because, you know, if you're making bunting or you're making anything fun over the summer, invitations or anything like that, all these are super handy. So first up, we've got our inverted corner punch. So this is just £6.99. Handmade gift tags, card corners, borders and designs. So that's perfect for that. You literally just push it in, press it, and that is done for you. So we've got that there, and then we've got 3 of our larger punches here. We've got our banner punch as well, so that should be £17.99 and you can get it for £11.99. And you can see on there, each of these larger punches will do 3 different size tags. So you've got the 1.5 inch, 2 inch and 2.5 inch, and there's a guides there for you just to pop your cards, your different size card in there. So that's your banner punch. This one is your fancy edge punch here, so you can see those edges around the top there. And then we've got our straight edge punch as well. So these are usually all £17.99. You're going to save over 30% and you can grab them for £11.99 each. So that's our Premier Craft Tool deals. Jess, do you know, is there more on the website or have we covered them all?
We've got the craft trolley.
Oh, I forgot it.
You
It's
forgot
because
the
it's so
craft
big.
trolley.
The craft trolley. So we have popped this back onto the launch price. So this is £29.99. It's going to save you a £5. So this should be £34.99, but during our festival you can grab this for £29.99. And of course we've got our trolley giveaway that we will give away next Wednesday. We just need to think of a fun way to give this away.
The trolley?
Yeah, we've not decided yet, have we?
No, we haven't. We'll figure it out though.
We will figure it out. So we're adding a different product every single day, every single show. So by next Wednesday on the afternoon show, it's going to be pretty full, and then we will give that away. So keep checking back for more information on that. But let's just recap this week's Win It Weekly. So there's going to be 2 lucky winners for our festival bundle, which is Ink Me Bunting, Moonstone die set, a little book and some colour party mirror. So it's worth £54.96 and we'll give 2 away on Friday. All you need to do is like, share and comment your answer to the following question. What item did everyone get for free at Glastonbury's first ever festival? Is it A, apple, is it B, egg, or is it C, milk? And that's just reminded me, I don't feel like I saw lots of comments then before.
Oh no.
I'm sure I did, I probably just not paid attention to them, but I have no idea what the answer is. So usually you can see like a pattern of what people are answering. So pop it in the comments and let me know what you think the answer to that is. But that's the rest of our deals. So we will head back to Natalie for the 3rd demo of the day.
Okay, let's do it. So I am going to use this beautiful topper here. And we're going to use our fancy punches. I'm going to do something that I love to do with my punches. So I've got my topper, I've got my cardstock that matches, and I've also taken the paper pad that matches. Don't know if I need the paper pad, but I'm going to see where I get to. So I've got a 6x6 card blank, and I'm going to chop off 2 inches from the front of my card. So just taking that away, goodbye, see you later. And then I've got some mirror mats that are a quarter shorter than my 4x6 and a quarter shorter than my 6x6. So let's make some elements to go in here. So what I want to do is I'm going to make this piece here 5 and 3/4, 5.5 by 5.5, sorry. And that is going to fit into our card this way round. So we've got that nice sort of edge on there. And then I'm going to see, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it in. I want to keep this for a whole card. This is where I don't want to cut into this. So I'm using my paper pad because the image is the same. And I'm going to cut my panel to be 3.5 by 6.5, by 5.5, sorry. So I'm just going to make sure as much as possible that this matches up. So if I just hold that there and line up this panel, put that where it needs to be. I line up this panel on top of here. I cut it at the very top and then spin this round and make sure that that's 5.5. Oh, I've got some paper stuck in here. come out yet? There we go. Cut that to 5.5, then that is going to match perfectly and mirror this when we sort of make our card up. So I'm going to bring in my tape again to just stick this all down together. So quick and simple to do this when you've got tools like that in your stash. I'm going to go onto here. This is going to match onto there, and then these can be stuck straight into our card. So I'm going to be putting something in the middle of this card and having something off the side. So let's put this piece on there. This panel will then go on the inside of my card. So I'll pop this on there, and you can see that adding that extra care and attention has made sure that that line runs the whole way through our card from the front all the way to the back. So I'm going to use this design on the front of my card, so that's going to sit here. However, this is going to sit on like a little belly band. So then we're going to have our women all dressed up on the inside of our card. So I'm going to go in with this one, and I'm going to take the birthday girl design as well. So let's pop these on the inside first.
I like those portrait shaped toppers.
They're so cool, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're very sophisticated. They look super, super awesome. So I'm going to stick this down with single foam pads. So they're going to go up there, and I'm going to stick that to the top part of this. And then this is going to go here. So I need to double up my foam pads on this side. So I can bring in my handy 4mm. Might just need to trim them down. So I can put that across this section here, like so. And then they will give me that height. And of course, this is going to be a gatefold, but because we're going to create a band to keep this closed, it doesn't matter how much height you have in the actual card. And then our birthday girl is going to fit across the top there, because you'll be able to see that when it's closed then as well. So just take in a little 2mm foam pad for that sentiment. I'm going to stick that across the back section of our card, and then of course this stopper is going to go on our belly band, which we are going to create with our punches. So I'm going to use this punch, which has got this gorgeous detailed edge on. And I've got two pieces, that these were left over from what we've already demoed, 2 pieces of Adorable Scorables. So I'm going to cut that to 2. And I'm going to cut the other one to 2 as well, because we will need 2 of these to make the whole of the section of our card. So the first one I'm going to take and just punch straight away. So pop this in here, and just going to punch that down with the design, and then I am going to bring this onto here. So this is going to act as the sort of wrap around. Now I was going to do both of them and sort of have them meet up.
Oh yeah.
So let's see, because it does work, but it would also work quite nicely with just one of them. But if we have it so it meets here, and then you've still got that gorgeous design that you can see through. We do need to dress that up, however, so let's go back to our papers and our paper pad, and this time I'm going to use this pattern, which is on the reverse of this image here. So that's 2 inches, so if I do it at a quarter shorter again, I love the quarter shorter.
Quarter short?
A quarter shorter. It's my new thing, a quarter shorter. And what we're going to do now is just take these, and I'm going to actually use my, because this is going to be a little bit shorter and you want to make sure that it is equal. So if we turn it over, you can just kind of do that by eye, just making sure that it's butted up to the top edge, and then because it's an odd shape, you want to make sure that that is going that way, and then that's going to come this way, so this one needs to go there. So just turn that over make sure that fits, and then we can stick this on. And then I'm going to add my score line. So I'm going to be really careful with making sure that this is stuck onto my mirror properly for when we score this. So that'll just fit on there and give us a really nice edge. It doesn't matter that it doesn't go all the way across, because we are going to sort of piece these two together that we're creating here. Let's pop that on here, lay that up onto this design. It's just a little bit, there we go, there we go. So this now is going to go here. So if I just turn this over and mark it with my pencil, that is where my score line needs to be. So I know that I can attach, if I put this here, I know what I'll do. Put this here, and then I know that that is where my score line also needs to be. And then we know that the card is 6, so we should be able to work the rest out. So if I just bring this in, bring my scoreboard in, find my tool, it could be anywhere at this moment in time, because I am making a mess this afternoon.
You have?
I've made such a mess. I've lost my score.
Out.
I do.
What have you lost?
It's here, my score tool. So I'm just going to line this up now onto, so it meets one of the lines on my scoreboard. It doesn't have to be any in particular, but that's going to fit there. And then I'll do the same with this section. So just lining that up, popping that on there. And then, like I said, this back piece needs to be 6. So we'll see where we get to on here. It should go all the way, like so. And I know that that's 6. So if I just add my tape to this tab here, all the way across there, I can stick this together, and I have now got the perfect wrap for my card. So I can pop this around here. I know that that's going to fit because I measured it. And then we can put a little bit of ribbon through here. So I've got that as well.
Oh yeah.
Because that comes with your kit. I've gone for the gorgeous teal, so it all matches really nicely. So I'll just pop this through the back one first. You can use your pokey tool to help with threading any ribbon through if you're struggling with that.
Yep, the ribbon is on the website. It's £9.99. I think there's 7 colours in there.
7 colours, you get 3 metres of each. So yeah, they all coordinate beautifully with this kit. So I just need to turn this around because otherwise my bow is going to be wonky. So popping that on there. Once this is tied as well, you could also add your ribbon with a glue dot, because obviously this is a belly band, so you can either open it with the ribbon or you can just slide it off your card.
Yeah.
So it's completely up to you about whether you want to like tape this part shut, but I just thought it was a really nice way of showing how you can use those tag punches a little bit differently. So just snip off your ribbon like so, and then we'll add our topper to that belly band. So I can do that with foam pads as well, so it's got a nice little bit of height on there, and I'll just add them straight to my band so that I know that it's sitting where I want it to go. Place that on top of there, and then we've got, oh, I'm making such a mess. We've got that gorgeous card that's like half a whole card, half a front card. You can take off that band and then open that out, and it reveals the image.
Nice.
There
Lovely. Another fancy one.
I know.
At this time of day.
Fancy one at this time of the day.
Oh my, thank you so much. We have loved it.
You're welcome.
All the
I've
comments,
had fun.
All the comments as well. I hope you've liked our 2 p.m. show. We're doing the same again tomorrow. We'll be here at 10 and we'll be here at 2. But we have finished just in time, so possibly, yes, if you go over to Hobby Maker now, Anne-Marie will be live with new colouring pocket pads and Ink Me card blanks, and she's got some Prism products on there too. So she's there at 3 o'clock, so she's live now, and also at 5 p.m. But we are back tomorrow, so Anne-Marie and Kat will be on this festival. So Anne-Marie's doing festival touring, it seems.
She is.
And she is with us tomorrow. But don't forget, any orders placed, you will receive one of these really fancy and fun HunkydoryFest wristbands, so you can have some of our festival merch in your parcel, and that's on all orders placed until next Wednesday or until while stocks last. But head over to the website, have a look at our festival, there's free gifts over on the hub too. But thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be live tomorrow. See you there.